Hello everyone, this is Victoria from Mindful Bamboo, and today we're doing full moon and Cancer reading. So you know guys that I'm the horoscope girl and I do the monthly horoscopes for every single sign, but when we have special lunation events or other major transits that I feel are worth our attention and require additional guidance for the signs, then I do special edition readings, and this one is definitely one of those. So today we're going to be talking about full moon in Cancer. That the peak of it is happening today, a few hours away from now. The energy stays strong from a couple of days before till a couple of days after the peak. So definitely this is a time for cleansing, for releasing, for getting closures, for freeing up space, decluttering, doing all kinds of cleansing rituals with water. That's really what this full moon in Cancer is about. So if you want to do that, even if you're watching this tomorrow, the day after, it's still going to be very much relevant. The full moon is also showing us something that usually remains hidden. A lot of times about feelings and emotions, because that's essentially the energy of the moon. But it can be other things too. It's the insights, it's like the missing pieces of the puzzle, and it finally comes into focus and the bigger picture makes sense. And if you have a couple of those question mark situations in your life, then you can actually ask the guides for that information. You can ask the universe to bring in that clarity for you in those specific situations. So what we're going to do today is I'm going to be using the Moonology deck for some oracle messages. I'm going to be using the Dream Keeper's Tarot for the main portion of the reading. What I'll do is I'll get us three main themes for this full moon in Cancer for the collective. And then for each zodiac sign, I'll be pulling one oracle message with what you need to know specifically. And I'll be pulling three... Actually, no, but you know what? I was just told we don't need an oracle message. I'll be pulling 3 tarot cards for each sign with messages that are more specific for each sign. And for this, I recommend, since we're talking about moon energy, I recommend watching with your moon sign to begin with. And then if you want, you can also see sun and ascendant. As always, my readings are relevant for all 3 positions. And if you watch the messages for all 3, that will get you a more well-rounded picture, a more, holistic information. But it's up to you, of course, how you want to treat it. There will be timestamps, so you can quickly find your sign and figure out what the message is for you specifically. Of course, don't forget to like the video. This is how... and share it with others and leave a comment. This helps spread the word and helps me keep doing these messages for you guys for free. I also do personals. There's information in the description box. Of course, there's also my show on mindfulness. There is a playlist on this channel with the same name, Mindfully Awake, where you can find the episodes that have been recorded so far. So let's see what we have for the collective. The answers you need are coming. Full moon in Gemini. The answers you seek are coming. Have faith in your dreams. And communication is key. Yeah, I've been hearing that for a while actually, especially for the months of December. But I feel like January is the time when we can almost like have a think about where our communications were good, where they were lacking, and we can make some adjustments, right? Or if we feel like there are some people where communication is just not good at all, like nothing helps, you're basically tolerating having those conversations with these specific people, then maybe it's time to let go of those relationships, of those connections. Or at least minimize the amount of time that you spend together. Have faith in your dreams. The answers are coming. For those who have some doubts, you're starting something new, you have a big dream, and you're wondering if that's all really a dream, if it's like a fantasy you have and it's never gonna pan out, or it is real, right? This is your confirmation that it's real. You may not see full picture yet, but it's important to start, you know, paving your way, having faith. And you show faith by taking action. A lot of people don't actually have that part of the manifestation process, right? It's not just like you made a wish and that automatically means that, you know, that you want it. No, you need to start taking action, what you can, what you know right now. That's the main thing that matters. Okay, we will start with the well, shouldn't we start with Cancer? Let's start with Cancer, just because, oh, we got the Sun card as I'm shuffling. That's a really good sign for us, the happiest card in the deck. We'll start with Cancer because this full moon is in Cancer, and I'll just go around the zodiacal cycle. If you haven't watched your horoscope for January, all the readings on my channel, so please help yourselves. All right, so let's see what we have for Cancer. We have 5 of Cups. We have Queen of Pentacles. And we have Death. You could be dealing with a Scorpio, but more specifically, I see that there is something that you're getting over, and it's time to, whatever that past situation, some kind of painful, some kind of negative situation, maybe a loss of someone or something. You know, it is full of sorrow, but right now it's time, and it looks like it's work in progress. It's time to acknowledge, you know, that it happened for you. If you understand why exactly what was the benefit, great. If you don't, just trust that you'll find out in a good time, right? But it just means that you needed to free up space for something new and beautiful, right? That's the death part really as well, right? Death is about endings and then beginnings. It's the transformation, but also it's literally death and rebirth, right? And in order for this new image of yourself, you know, somebody successful, abundant, nurturing, somebody who knows what they want in life and they're building that life for themselves, right? In order to fully step into the mastery of that, something had to fall away that was holding you back in some way, right? I'm immediately thinking about victims of wildfires in LA and people thinking, well, how about me losing everything I had, you know, my house and everything in it, in that fire? How was that a good thing? That's obviously a tough pill to swallow, but the more large scale these events are, the more it means that there is a big collective meaning for it, some kind of cleansing, some kind of healing process behind it. And a lot of times personal growth comes through like the most painful experiences of our life, right? So it's pretty much the main message I get is don't get too hung up on, you know, the pain of what happened. Give yourself proper grace and time to heal, but know that there is something much more beautiful here. Don't try to hold on to the old thing, or if it's a person, don't ask them to come back. Don't do anything like that. That part is over. You're moving on to something new. Okay, that was Cancer. The next one is gonna be Leo. What do we have for Leo in this full moon? We have the Hanged Woman. We have Page of Wands. And we have 8 of Swords. All right, so you may feel like you slowed down, or the universe slowed you down recently, right? It could be even an illness, or just, you know, some kind of a plan you were working towards just somehow stopped working. I don't know, maybe it's a business partnership and your partner suddenly backed out from it and said, you know, this is not going to happen. And you're like, what? But this is given to you so that you take the time to just stop, to breathe, to give yourself some rest and reassess where you're going, right? Because again, there's a new path ahead, but it's really important that you have the inspiration to go through it. So there will be opportunities. You will be hearing about it. I see this branch as like kind of like a message coming in for you, right? But it's important that you take it in and you have faith in it and you have energy for it. So it's not a burden. So you're not like, you're not talking yourself out of it immediately because you already have a lot going on, but you actually have space. You have enough of that patience and determination and love, if anything, to continue with that opportunity, with that dream, right? So take your time right now, take some rest, make sure that you are balanced and grounded. If you don't have a meditation practice, that's something to start at this time, so that you have that in your toolbox, so you can quickly come back to self and you can make good decisions that are not going to be guided by anxiety or feeling guilty about something, but would actually be coming from your heart space. Okay, next we're gonna go to Virgo. Virgo, you have the sun. There we go. It jumps out again. Beautiful. You have Page of Cups. And you have Six of Pentacles. Beautiful energies, Aries and beautiful. So I see, as like even in the Sun card, you see there's like a masculine and feminine figure. There's definitely a celebration of connection in your life during this time. It could be a romantic connection, it could also be a friendship or even a professional collaboration, right? But this person really helps you become the better version of yourself. They bring out, you know, the kinder version of you, right? And you feel like you have more patience and grace for facing the world, especially if you are out and about, if you have to deal with strangers on the regular basis, you know, clients, whoever that you deal with. And you know, it can get hard, right? People can throw all kinds of stuff on you, like figuratively speaking, hopefully. But you know, if they have burden, if they have tension, there's a good chance that they're going to project it on others. And this is basically to show you how, if you are offering something beautiful, something valuable, something kind, that, you know, they're going to return kindness to you, right? It's change of the perception, but also seeing a different kind of reality. And this person shows you how, that it doesn't have to be difficult. It doesn't have to take a lot of time or effort, you know, but try to think with that more kind approach and kind mindset whenever you make those decisions in life, day in, day out, and then it becomes a habit and it sticks with you. Okay, that was Virgo. Let's see what we have for Libra. We have King of Swords, Two of Cups, nice, and the Hanged Woman again. Yeah, so also connection. This could be you. This is an air sign for sure, or it could be another air sign that you're connecting to Libra. So it could be Aquarius, Gemini, or Libra. But yeah, there is definitely a desire for mature connection with someone who could be there for you, who could be a life partner with, you know, for everything. I was actually talking to a friend just yesterday, and when I mentioned life partner, she said something like, well, I don't know if it's for the whole life or not, but the meaning of life partner is not that they're for the, like, they're gonna stay with you forever. The meaning is that they are your partner in life. You know, like everything that happens in your life, they're your friend, your lover, your spouse, they're a co-parent, they're pretty much your family, you know, and so on and so forth. They could be your creative partner, business partner, anything. That's essentially the life partner. And the universe is saying you're ready for it. But maybe you need to really define what that partner is, you know, what kind of qualities they have. What are your non-negotiables? I mean, be reasonable, of course, but it's really important, especially when it comes to traits of character. What kind of person are you looking for? What do you value? And, you know, is there anything that you find that you can't live with? Then maybe think about rephrasing that too into something on the positive side of the spectrum, you know? I don't know, maybe like if the person is untidy and creates a mess, that's gonna be a big deal for you. You can't live with the mess, right? So maybe put it down as, I want the person to be clean and tidy, you know? Okay, that was Libra. Next, we move on to Scorpio, another water sign. Water signs will definitely feel this moon like more in a more intense way. You have Six of Wands, you have Eight of Swords, and you have King of Pentacles. You could be dealing with an earth sign, so Capricorn, Taurus, or Virgo. But also this is telling me that you're stepping into the role of a more of entrepreneurial state of mind, right? Or at least like a managerial leadership role. It could be in your career, of course. It could be maybe even in a family life, right? You're getting married and you're going to be the head of the family or something, doing budgets and, you know, making big decisions. It could be just a more managerial position in the, like within the company, for example, where you work. It could be even a non-profit organization where people ask you to be their leader, right? It could be anything like that, but it definitely brings more responsibility to you. And it has it has two sides. It's a coin with two sides. On the one hand, it's really gratifying to see that people trust you, to see that, you know, you have that weight in the community around you, that you can implement your practical skills and share that knowledge with others, right? That's a good feeling. It pleases the ego. But on the other hand, there is, you know, it also brings up some triggers for you where maybe there's some lack of confidence, or you start overthinking, like, I need this decision to be perfect. And as we know, perfect is the enemy of good. So sometimes you just keep circling in within your own thoughts without making a decision for a while, just because, you know, you keep criticizing your previous thoughts and decisions. So something to think about and see. When you feel like there is that trigger and things get tough, it's important to dig deeper and try to see, why did that happen in the first place, right? Why is this bothering you? What is the story behind it? There's usually a story, and yeah, it comes from childhood. You may need some support with it from a coach, a mentor, a therapist, or at least a trusted friend to help kind of bounce off some ideas off them. But and that's, by the way, something that I do for people as well as a life coach. But it's important not to get stuck in it. So at the very least, if you can deal with the trigger and actually get to the bottom of it, at least involve somebody else in that decision-making process or brainstorming process, so that you don't, you know, get stuck in that vicious cycle, so that you can get, you know, additional mindset, additional brain, set of brains on your case, and you guys can make a decision together. That was Scorpio. Now let's see what we have for Sagittarius. We have Ace of Swords, we have the Chariot, it's Cancer energy, and Knight of Swords. Some quick movement for you, Sagittarius. I mean, Sagittarius are usually full of energy and want to move forward ASAP, right? Like, what are we waiting for? Let's go, let's go, let's go. And this, to me, definitely represents it. There is something here that's very important to know, that's coming to your attention before you make any fast moves. So be careful with, like, don't rush anything, right? Almost like you need to hear that bell ring and then you'll be like, okay, now I can go, right? Now I can make an offer to a person. Now I can move on to the next level of the relationship, or I can approach this client, or whatever that big move is for you, right? There is some new clarity that's coming out, almost like that additional information that may change your strategy, or it might change your decision altogether of whether to come forward to them or not, right? Ask for the truth, for more information, for clarity if you can, because that's going to be crucial, and that will prevent you from getting burned, getting hurt, and at the very least with the delays for your plans and dreams, because it seems like you have a lot at stake for this one. All right, so next we'll move on to Capricorn. For Capricorn, we have King of Wands. Could be dealing with a fire sign, Aries, Leo, Sag. You have the Hermit. That's Virgo energy. And you have Three of Pentacles. Very interesting. Interesting mostly because the Three of Pentacles is about collaboration with others. Hermit is usually on their own. It's like the energy of a monk. The King of Wands, though, is somebody who is really passionate about what they do. And I mean, it could be you. You could have fire in your chart too. But if that's a different person, this person will inspire you just by being next to you, just by doing their thing, right? And you'll be like, oh my God, this is so great. I want more of that in my life. You know, whether it's a hobby, a business, you know, or even the way they are in communication with friends and family. So yeah, definitely use that momentum to drive forward your wishes, your needs, and your dreams, right? And some of it you'll do on your own, some of it you'll do with other people. Don't think that it's all gonna be, you know, just the same thing. Like, I don't know, if you decided I want to read more books about this and find out more, or I don't know, start taking lessons online, just like watching some videos, and that's a hermit mode, that's fine. But just know that at some point it's still gonna need another person to support you and to help with your progress. So it's not always going to be the same way. Capricorn sometimes tend to kind of like set up a process and then stick with that same process, right? But this will be dynamic, this will be versatile, whatever the new thing is going to be. Right now, the main idea is for you to get inspired and for you to figure out, with the help of this person, like just being in their energy, to figure out what you are excited about. That's the clarity that you're getting for yourself. And then remember, one of the messages from the collective was have faith in your dreams, right? And that's the part where you don't just think about it and let it go, but you actually stick with it. Okay, next we have Aquarius. All right, for Aquarius we have the Lovers. This is Gemini energy. Four of Swords and Page of Swords. Lots of swords for you. I mean, you are an air sign for sure, but I'm getting that that's part of the, and there is actually moonlight in both of this, but this one especially so. And even here the Lovers, they're like their heads, you know, that's emphasized, that they're looking at each other, that there's something there about communication. So for you, the name of the game is communication, Aquarius. You'll definitely be getting some more insight into where you need more information and more clarity within your eye. But in order to get to the bottom of it, even if it's with another person, because the Lovers actually is more about the making choices in your life with loving energy more than anything else. So regardless if you have somebody specific on your mind, or this is a more generic message for you because you're single, it is about changing the way that you approach tough situations, right? And first of all, you need to be in your balanced energy before you jump the gun, before you run off to talk or to do something, right? So that should be a regular practice. A lot of times we see Four of Swords as the card for, you know, relaxing, for taking some time off, you know, maybe going on vacation. And people often treat that message as something temporary. But this is for you to make that part of your pretty much everyday routine. And it could be like a 10-minute meditation. That's all you need. But that will set you into the present and will help you make more loving choices and have kinder conversations with people, whether they're actually, you know, your love partner or not. And by the way, one of the messages here was communication is key, right? So you may actually have good intentions a lot of times, but you may be struggling to communicate what is it that you want, or even how you feel about a person. Pisces. Eight of Wands, the World. The World is Capricorn energy, and King of Pentacles. Could be dealing with an earth sign. Capricorn, Taurus, or oh my god, a Virgo. Yeah, so this is again communication for you, but it's also closing some kind of cycles. And I feel like it is somehow the cycle where you have a lot of great ideas, where it seems like the luck is on your side, but somehow it doesn't end in something successful, something tangible, right? Like some kind of abundance that it would bring you. So, you know, it's kind of a process of exploring where you are. I mean, you will be getting some downloads, but more than anything is exploring where you are right now, why you have certain mindset, you know, what is your mindset, right? Around, and some of you may have thought about, you know, some business projects. Some maybe thought about personal relationship where it starts off great, but somehow it doesn't end in anything productive. It kind of, that initial flare wears off pretty quickly. Right, whatever that is, try to study it a little bit more. Just try to see where it gets lost, right? And not necessarily try to guess what the other person wanted and didn't get out of it, but see how it worked or didn't work for you. Because if you didn't stay consistent in your energy with, you know, excitement and enthusiasm, then something went wrong for you as well, or you got scared somewhere, you know. Some kind of wounding came in and you backed off. Something along those lines I'm getting for you. But you have a chance now to find that missing link and to be more like a King of Pentacles personality, where you don't start things and then drop them when things get uncomfortable, but you actually get them done and you get the reward for it, you know. You get the compensation that you deserve. And it can be quite literally monetary compensation if it's a business idea, but of course it can be, you know, just like the energy, the good energy and support from a relationship, for instance. Okay, let's see what we have for Aries. We have 7 of Wands. We have 2 of Cups and 8 of Wands again. Yeah, so 7 and 8 of Wands, there is a progression here. And it's a progression from, you know, being defensive and not wanting to talk much towards, yes, I do want to connect with someone. I do want to find my soulmate. And again, soulmate could be, and this is a soulmate card too. This doesn't have to be a romantic partner, but might as well be. Could be a friend, a mentor, you know, somebody else. But you usually feel when it's your soulmate, when communication goes through quite smoothly, right? When you don't feel like you need to defend yourself and your opinions or the steps you take, you know, things are just flowing. So look around, your soulmate is somewhere on the horizon, Aries. Remember that the answers are coming to you, so you don't need to work too hard on it. But you need to stay true to yourself, right? Stay in your authentic energy. That's how your soulmate is going to recognize you, if anything. You know, the energy is how we magnetize those people. And it works both ways. And remember, communication is key. That was one of the oracle messages. So make sure that you are open-minded and that you are welcoming the soulmate, that you give them a little bit of benefit of a doubt, you know, you give them and yourself a little bit of time to get to know each other and figure out like who you are and how you want this communication to continue. Okay, that was Aries. Let's see what we have for Taurus. We have 6 of Wands, 2 of Cups, wow, 2 of Cups again, and the Hermit. Also an interesting combination, the Hermit and the 6 of Wands. But to me, it's like as within, so without. So as soon as you become more wholesome and, you know, in a more harmonious energy within yourself, when you find it through, it could be, of course, your mindfulness practices, it could be healing certain patterns in your mindset. It could be as simple as decluttering your space, because Hermit is the Virgo card, and Virgo likes discipline, likes consistency, you know, less cleanliness. So even that could be something. For some of you it is, I feel like. And then as soon as that's settled, then results are going to start coming in the external world, you know. So it's not really about trying to prove something to someone externally and, you know, prove that you deserve to be where you are or something like that. But it's more around paying attention to your inner world and where you feel there are some wrinkles that you can iron out at this time. And again, just as Aries, I was just doing the message for Aries, they had 2 of Cups. So your soulmate is around the corner, somebody very important in your life. And by the way, soulmates don't necessarily stay with you forever, but they play an important part. Even if they are temporary in our lives, they do initiate certain things. They do ignite something in us to set us on a different timeline, on a different route in life, right? To help us to expand. And we do the same for them. It's always mutual. So you can get excited about that and know that, you know, have faith in your dreams and keep working on yourself. Keep with the personal progress that you had for a while now. And, you know that things are coming up for you. That was Taurus. The next one is Gemini. We're almost back at Cancer. This is just one last sign that we have left. What do Gemini need to know about this full moon in Cancer? The World. This is Capricorn energy. Queen of Cups. And Judgment. This is Scorpio energy. Wow. Big cards. It's 20 and 21 actually. So these are the last 2 major arcanas in tarot. They close the cycle, and guess what? Full moons are a lot about closing the cycle. And since you have Queen of Cups here, which by the way has a moon here as well, I would say I would make, yeah, what I'm getting, the message that I'm getting for you is that this ending of a cycle is connected to feelings and emotions, to the way that you react and respond to certain specific scenarios. And when I say specific scenarios, I don't just mean one specific scenario. I mean that they are connected to a specific wounding from the past. And you'll see the bigger picture now. That's the enlightenment, right? That the Judgment is about like showing you, is about signaling you and highlighting what you didn't know before, what you were missing. Some kind of important knowledge is coming in, right? It is a wake-up call, of course, just for you to see how much more you can achieve and how much more can you be, right? So don't cut yourself short. Don't just say, you know, I'm very impatient, right? And just like put a stamp on yourself that says that, label yourself and move on with your life. No, this is about recognizing that the fact that you're impatient is connected to a story from your childhood, right? And you can work with that. You can heal that story. You can find an emotional closure. There's so many ways these days to how we can do the inner child work, or we can do energy healing, and we can reframe and retell those stories from the past so that they don't impact us in a negative way in the present. That's what you can do now. And of course, as I'm saying this, I'm sure that you can think of a specific emotional response that you've just had, you know, or that you know is bothering you, right? You know you could do better, but you just can't help it. You get angry, or you get anxious, or you get scared, and you ruin it, you know, the opportunity. Or, you know, you start ruining it hoping that the other person will help you ruin it, and then you won't feel like you were the only one responsible for it not working out, right? Whatever that is, you can turn that around, and the universe is helping you. These are major arcanas. It's time for you to close those cycles. They're not serving you anymore. There's one last lesson that you get to learn from this, and that is about seeing the bigger picture and understanding why. And then you can let it go and move on. Okay, we are gonna finish it here since we're back. We've done all the 12 zodiac signs. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. If so, don't forget to like it and subscribe to my channel. And until next time.